Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda. Off here to a 1v1 on Taranto Coastline. Yes, we're finding ourselves in this map again. Been getting a lot of matches on this map lately. Send in, not that I'm complaining. Just a quick note there. Panzer Pioneer out here though for Lattouf. In fact, we got Lattouf here in the east fighting for the German army. The Deutsches Afrika Corps here with the 15th Panzer Grenadiers on the west. It's Prabuty fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth. Straight to British Armoured Battle Group, which, similar to US Armoured Battle Group, has managed to become, by now, the meta pick there. So we got Sappers Vickers start here for Prabuty, and I would not be surprised to see a lot more Sappers on this map, as again, this is a very Sapper-friendly map, though Prabuty, of course, could surprise us with some regular infantry sections. Meanwhile, Panzer Grenadier, Panzer Pioneer for Lattouf, with a dingo on the way for Prabuty. Interesting. More Panzer Pioneer for Lattouf. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for their continued and generous support of Propagandacast, allowing me to keep making all these videos, and a big hearty thanks to the people who also keep liking and commenting on the videos. Helps with immensely getting out to more people in general. And of course, big helpful thanks to all those who keep sending in, all of these replays as well there. So big thanks to all those. Other people can join the ranks by sending in via propagandacaster@gmail.com. In the south here, Dingo there rushing forward, going to catch the Panzer Grenadiers here. Forcing back here, the Panzer Grenadiers into heavy cover there, keeping them detained there for a brief while. Few shots going through there, but the Dingo is certainly undaunted in the face of German infantry. Come on, chaps, we got armor. Well, mostly. Vickers setting up here, baiting in the Panzer Grenadiers there. Prabuty almost had about, I think, Lattouf saw through Prabuty's sneaky maneuvers. Dingo pushing forwards again for the British Empire with this little Bren gun there, mounted in the front. The Dingo was basically just a sort-of version of the Daimler Scout car, where they just removed the turret. Section all the way there for Prabuty. So an interesting opening here. Sappers, Vickers, Dingo section. Bit of everything here so far. We got another Panzer squad out here for Lattouf. Up north, Panzer Pioneering force. We see that we already got early mines here from Lattouf, guarding some of the more vital points. But also just points he's more likely to anticipate. Prabuty's going to try and, beeline for at some point. Vickers setting up a bit. It's out in the open versus a unit heavy cover. That said, the Vickers does pack pretty high DPS. So theoretically, if something else to draw with the fight, might have a chance here. That said, Lattouf is not going to allow that. In fact, we got a squad flanking up out here. Good move. Prabuty, of course, foreseeing this, is already moving up the section to cover the flank of the Vickers here. Things are already getting intense here within roughly the first 3 minutes of the match here. Vickers down to half health, their numbers are dropping, and there you go, Lattouf with the might of the Panzer Grenadier who comes in. Another section nearby, of course, the Dingo will still let loose here into Lattouf's Panzer Grenadier. Prabuty there pushing forwards here, no sign of upgrades yet. As British versus the DAK, he may go for anti-tank rifles here, since typically your main threat is typically like a fast Armoured out of the Deutsches Afrika Corps, so a lot of British players tend to be fond of anti-tank rifles. We got another section up on the way here though for Prabuty in the south. The Lattouf gets the fuel point, but it does come at a fairly high cost, and he's forced to draw 2 full Panzer Grenadier squads in not too great condition. Up north here, Panzer Pioneer is part of the Sappers, and further up north, Lattouf going for the fuel point here. Even if he's been busy in the south here, that was in a sense a distraction for his Panzer Pioneer to seize the north here against Prabuty, who kept most of his forces then in the south. So in a way, even if he lost engagement here, he gained so much more from the north here, and that's like one of those things in Keep Mining Companies 3. Sometimes, just because you may not directly gain from a fight one place, you could still use it to gain ground elsewhere, which is basically what Lattouf there did. MG Fed here for Lattouf, the Maschinengewehr 34. Up here, Sappers versus Panzer Pioneer, K9 TK bolt action rifles versus the Sappers. We got the Dingo moving forwards, in need of repairs here. Pushing against the Panzer Pioneer here, points being seized here by Prabuty's section. MD Fed for quad out in the open, but the section not great there for Lattouf. Panzer Grenadier pushed southwards here. Up north, Panzer Pioneer buying time. And further up northwest, he almost got the fuel point. We even got mines here from Lattouf, making it harder for Prabuty to get the point back. Thumbs up to Lattouf here. Again, so far, very good mining here from him. And in the southeast section, low and healthy, could get a wipe here. Prabuty does not realize what's going on here. And of course, get sufficiently lucky to avoid a wipe here, because, too late there. Got a wipe. Great wipe here from Lattouf in the early game versus Prabuty. Great wipe. Definitely impacts him there. And lessens the early map control he can get going here versus Lattouf, who's moving straight for the fuel point. One thing worth noting, though, he's not quite been focused on victory points, rather focusing on resources here versus Prabuty. Of course, Prabuty, meanwhile, is getting a bit of victory point leader with Lattouf now. We'll have to see how much of one he can build up here. Mines as well there from Prabuty. Good spot to mine here. A lot of, movement through the center here, so mining up this area is typically a very good idea if you can get away with it. And of course, for similar reasons, having minesweepers around here is also a very good idea. Otto Lattouf here, who has gone for Italian combined arms. Got the vehicle support there. Mines goes off here. We got 1 MD-34, 2 Panzergrenadier, and 2 Panzer Pioneer squads out so far for Lattouf. And the 15th Panzergrenadier Division here versus the British of the 6th Armoured Division. Section taking fire here from the Carnatic here, wielding Panzergrenadier. Dingo Veterans 1 here for Prabuty so far. So far, hexing engagements back and forth here. A lot of aggressive maneuvering here. Section put against the Panzergrenadiers. MD-34 catching the section here. Section there is the Panzer Pioneer with the flying rifle. We got a flak feeling being pushed out here by Lattouf to add some extra firepower to the field here. Good idea there. Back in Prabuty's space, we do have the platoon command post up. Might get a Stuart there being rushed out. Might be Humbers. We'll have to see exactly what Prabuty is scheming. Panzer Pioneer, though, being absolutely disassembled here. Quite accurate Vickers fire there, forcing Lattouf to withdraw the most suffer wipe here. Sappers managed to dodge the Schützenmine there. Quite lucky there for Prabuty, less so for Lattouf. And there you go. Flak feeling half track out there, based off, I believe, the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 8, or is it 6? I can't quite remember, but one of the many utility tractors the German army would use. They'd even occasionally, that's more like, I shall say, a field modification, mount Pak 38s, creating that way very lightly armoured half-track tank destroyers. These would see service both on the Eastern Front and sort of North Africa, Italy, I believe. Little fun fact there. The British would like to do something similar in North Africa while they were lacking tank destroyers. They'd basically mount anti-tank guns on the back of trucks, calling that portee. Fun fact there, by the way. Very fun fact. Flak feeling there, moving towards the centre. Lattouf looking to secure some vital ground here versus his British opponent. Man there got either dealt with or one way or the other. We got tank hunters there. Out now for Prabuty. Again, no big surprise. Versus the DAK, your main threat would for a good part of the game be light vehicles, and so having anti-tank rifles out is typically a good idea. So there we go, multiple boys, anti-tank rifles out there for Prabuty. In fact, we got a third upgrade on the way there. Stewards being prepared as well here. So that's simply going to make things challenging here for Lattouf and the 15th Panzergrenadier here. We got the anti-tank section with the Panzers moving forwards here under Lattouf's command. We got the flak feeling hanging back here, catching the boys and pushing them back. South side here, Vic section pushing forwards here, threatening the southern flank of Lattouf's push here. Panzerjäger's out, obviously also concerned about light vehicles himself. Can't obviously just fully rely on the flak feeling. So not when he doesn't have access to the armor-piercing ammunition. Troops have been caught by the MD-34 there. Die Maschinengewehr 34. Leaving Lattouf's men in Prabuty's men in a bit of a bad state here. Pushing on the victory point here. Flak feeling there, routing more Prabuty's men. Lattouf swiftly advancing here, grabbing points. And laying down more mines here. Thumbs up. More Schützenmine. Of course, had he gone for Italian infantry, he could of course committed instead to Telemines if he wanted to. Nothing further here yet in Lattouf's base. Dingo out. Stuarts are now on the way here for Prabuty as well. The M3 Stuart light tank, which will later be replaced by the improved M5 Stuart. The improvements were basically sloped armor and some, I believe, improvements to the engines and a bit the internal layout. Straight ahead for the car point that points close to the base here. Prabuty, I think, is going for like a pretty broad approach. I think part of it is just to, like, you know, force Lattouf to concern more about, you know, this particular part of the map here, instead of just being able to fully focus here, using the wider front as a way to push up here. But at the same time, though, Prabuty himself is not, I think, applying significant enough pressure to really make this work. Flak feeling they're being pushed back, boys. Vickers, and of course, another Stuart on the way here, pressuring up the left flank, forcing Lattouf now to withdraw here, in particular with a push here. So it does end up paying off here. Dingo moving up here, catching the MD-34, or being caught by it. We'll have to see. Utterly called in there by Prabuty. Panzerjäger's flak feeling here, going for the anti-tank section. And Prabuty's men caught on their own with limited support here. Forced withdraw here. Stuart moving forwards here. There you go. Heavy fire there going off. Flak feeling here, being threatened by the M3 Stuart light tank. Sappers there, also getting threatened in return by the flak feeling and its 4 autocannons. It's a hectic back and forth, but Lattouf has managed to secure a good part of the northern half of the map and crucially most of the field points. So that is a rather significant advantage that Lattouf has managed to gain here versus Prabuty as of the moment. Panzers being pushed back here. Got the Stuart moving up here, the M3 Stuart. Engaging those Panzergrenadier. Good shooting there.
Our fuel point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Back here, repairs going on. We got the Panzer Commando there for Lattouf. Back to Prabuty. Closing in lightly on the Crusader anti-aircraft tank. Part again why this battle group is gotten so popular. You also, of course, get more experience gained for your vehicles. It's also very good. And the Churchill Black Prince. So grabbing the points here, moving forwards. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge here for Lattouf. Will certainly be tough to deal with.
Anti-tank weapon and crew.
6-pounder gun ready here. Mines going off there. Lattouf's mining is slowly paying off dividends here versus the British forces. Prabuty has not quite been mining as heavily, though of course part of that is just the sheer number of boys anti-tank rifles he needed. Black feeling, Panzerjägers being northwards here, stood at the ready to pounce upon any unsuspecting German infantry vehicles. There go, flanking the 250 after the Panzerjägers in it, but taking fire in return there. Flak feeling ripping loose there, armour slightly giving way here to the 4 autocannons mounted on the back of the half-track. Southern points being seized. Got the 6-pounder gun, we got the Dingo moving forward, Stuart linking up with this small task force here under Prabuty's stoic and British command. North here, points being seized. Sounds like something going on in the south here. Panzer being spotted. Prabuty's on the move for the British Empire. Tally-ho, chaps. Let's end ourselves some Germans. Going straight for the Panzer Pioneer here. Fortunate for Prabuty, no anti-tank ones here from Lattouf at all. Means he can just drop quite aggressively there and take next to no damage. Other Panzer Pioneer squad moving up here. Maybe a misclick. Either way, they're taking a lot of damage here. And in fact, about to get wiped out here by Prabuty, down to just one man with his tiny sliver of health left here. Machining gewehr that proves to be the tipping point there. Up north, the section gets taken out. We got Breda Furtis there on the Lattouf's Panzer Grenadiers. Thumbs up. We got Boyd's anti-tank rifles now dropped out there. And he's even upgraded with a veteran squad leader, significantly boosting the firepower of his Panzer Grenadier. But also, his Panzerjägers and Panzer Pioneer do benefit from it a bit. No sign yet of any Panzers here, and there you go. Crusader anti-aircraft tank out here for Prabuty. Going in quite boldly here versus Lattouf. Lot of shots are firing in it. Great shot then. They're flak filling here from the 6-pounder gun, backing up the entire circus here under Prabuty's command. Panzerjägers find themselves the prey. The hunted rather than the hunters. And are having to withdraw here in the face of the Crusader anti-aircraft tank and its Swedish Bofors anti-aircraft gun. Of course, a quick note, the Swedish would sell weapons to both sides of the war. In particular, a lot of the Axis minor nations would rely either on Swedish anti-tank guns or Swedish anti-aircraft tanks. I believe that was the Landsverk 2, although the Hungarians would have a slightly more indigenous version, or shall I say more specialized version, known as the Nimrod. Fun fact. Got a Panzerfleet there for Lattouf, though, and the 15th Panzer Grenadier Division. Panzerkampfwagen 3 Ausführung L. All victory points control of Lattouf as well here. Realizing he has to catch up with Prabuty here, as the gap between the two is certainly nothing to ignore. Fresh push here by Lattouf. Worth noting, he doesn't actually have any ambulance, and having lost the half-tech, he's got no real way of healing his men. That may be something he wants to look into eventually, is an ambulance here. Meanwhile, Lattouf doing his best around the victory points, of course, so is Prabuty. So, of course, obviously, will Prabuty just, churn out a large amount of Crusader anti-aircraft tanks? Will he tech up? What will he do here? Panzer III has arrived here for Lattouf and the German Panzerwaffe here.
We're losing a capture point to enemy action.
Notice the war went on, most Panzer IIIs were sent over to either basically training or replacement units, or they'd actually be converted into Stugs. As a fun side note.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Stuarts, Crusaders holding up here up north here, flak filming in. Panzer III supporting, we got Panzer Grenadier flanking up here, catching Prabuty's men there in a bit of a pickle there, forcing them to withdraw. North here, tank and sections of the Panzer Grenadier.
Anti-tank crews are on standby for orders.
6-pounder gun on the way there. Further south here, sapling fortification the Panzer Pioneer here. We got mines there from Lattouf. Again, very consistent mining from Lattouf here across large swaths of the map here. Very good play there by Lattouf. Thumbs up to that. And I do believe we finally got an ambulance out from as well. We do. Prabuty's Crusader up here, supported by the Stuart Light Tank and the Dingo. And slightly withdrawing there. North here, Panzer Thieves, flak filling withdrawing. Panzer Grenadier rushing back to the base. Six-pounder guns moving forwards. And certainly having a pair of anti-tank guns is crucial to these kind of formations here. As again, they can help compensate for the Crusaders' lack of any serious anti-tank firepower. Vickers moving forward, so going for the victory point. There we got artillery firing down, I think, around the German positions. Yes, indeed. Lattouf's force they're back here, withdrawing for now, but to heal, reform, reconstitute the numbers, and push forwards once more. For Deutschland. Over to Lattouf here, though. Got some momentous lined up if he needs them. Of course, at this point, he's got access to Panther 3, so some Aventus probably just don't have much value for Lattouf. There you go, 6-pounder gun, so slang for the Panther 3. Almost got knocked down. There you go. Stun shot here, almost allowing the anti-tank to finish off the Panther 3, but Lattouf's fortune holds out long enough. We do get here a light Infanteriegeschütz Axeni providing Lattouf with crucial artillery support. That said, I do also think it's right for Lattouf not to get too caught up here, and we're around here, probably again trying to focus up north again. Mines going off in the southeast section, taking a few man losses. There's Jenkins, well, misses a few legs. Canfield opening up the sappers, light Infanteriegeschütz opening up there. Good shot there. Reginald there, no longer with us.
7.5 centimeters of artillery displays!
Artillery called in there. Panzer is pushing forward, see, catching there the 6-pounder guns to open up the Panzer Grenadier here. Heading south with the Panzer Pioneer Panzerjägers. Big push here by Lattouf. He's willing to charge in into Prabuty's guns. He's willing to brave the dangers. And he launches ahead on assault here. Rather bold here. Prabuty the meanwhile striking up north here. Perhaps hoping that Lattouf would dispatch some smaller force up northwards here. But of course Lattouf, by not doing that, has somewhat blindsided Prabuty. Vickers still set up in time holding these parts of the assault, but Lattouf has been able to quickly shift a good portion of the infantry to avoid the machine gun. Further flank round to Lattouf. We got artillery fire. Further make it difficult for Prabuty to master a defense outside of his own base here. Good push by Lattouf. Very well sorted out here. Definitely adding some pressure to Prabuty here. But the Crusader tank does rush in and buy him some time. No further side attack yet here for Prabuty. Half decent shot there from the light Infanteriegeschütz on the Crusader. Bit of a shot there from the light Infanteriegeschütz on the Stuart as well. Panzerjäger's getting off some light hits there as well on the Crusader. So we've got 300 versus 356. Lattouf has been able to bridge the gap between the two players somewhat. Might see another Panther 3 here soon enough. We could try and go for the Flak 36 if he's feeling particularly spicy here. Of course, that might invite a Bishop to deliver a high explosive sermon. There we go, now the Panther 3 here for Lattouf and the 15th Panzer Grenadier short here. Again, I do feel like we could see a bit more action in the north here. Would also, I think, make it a bit tough here for Prabuty to just easily wield the anti-tank guns, whereas this is like pretty good anti-tank ground terrain. Up north, he becomes a bit tough, I think, for Prabuty to effectively wield his anti-tank guns, and Lattouf makes good use of the terrain. Biggest there forced off, we got 300 versus 356. And there we go, like 10 Infanterie is good to go. Panzer 3 right around the corner in the south here. We got the 6 moving forward here. We got the Stuart moving up here as well. Panzerjägers are hiding out here, waiting for the right time to strike. Meanwhile, in the south, Prabuty's moving forward to the Dingo, spotting here for the 6-pounder guns. But Lattouf is now switching more northwards. He is down to pressure in there again. Very good. So they're called in the machine and covering the southern victory point. Panther feeling southwards, Flak feeling near in reserve. Alongside the 250 half track, we got the light Infanteriegeschütz being hauled forwards. But up north is where, you know, Lattouf's in the sense main effort is. And there you go. Prabuty is going here for regular Churchills. Not lots of Crusader anti-aircraft tanks, nor a Black Prince. He's just going for the regular Churchills. Not a bad choice either there, of course. Does get somewhat overlooked. Stuart there, going to get flanked with a Panther. Good shot there, 5th on the gun there, punching through the front side arm there, giving the crew quite a square. But again, 6-pounder guns this round. In position there, could take out the 2-6 Panther 3 here. No, so close. Very lucky there for Lattouf. Very lucky. Less so for Prabuty.
Enemy forces have captured the victory point.
Levity goes for the strafing run of the M1340, and for that matter, the pack seal here or artillery cover. Artillery fire around the centre here, northern points being seized again here. Prabuty's response to that has been fairly slouchy, I suppose, in a sense there. Meanwhile, Churchill's moving forwards here, lumbering forwards here, the Churchill Mark IV infantry tank. Shots fired at the Panzer Pioneer. Panzer fleets moving forwards. How will Lattouf then respond to the arrival of the Churchill tanks here from Prabuty? Because this is not a Black Prince, so more will arrive here. So he may actually have to consider like something like a Flak 36, or have to take up for something like Stugs, the Tigers, or even Panzer IVs. I think trying to like Justin Panzer fleets versus Churchill tanks is going to be fairly ambitious here by Lattouf, asking a bit too much of them. Then in the west, Crusader moving in for the Panzer guns, catching a lot of Lattouf's men are bunched up. A smorgasbord of targets here for the Crusader anti-aircraft tanks. Sam's getting a bit of fun in as well there, as all of Lattouf's Panzer is being forced back here quite aggressively. Meanwhile, Prabuty is moving up here with the main assault here on Lattouf's base, and Lattouf is just lacking any heavy gunners here to halt this in. Prabuty may in fact try to close out the matches, goes to the base here with the Churchill and the Stuart light tank here. Decent shot there, and the Churchill is just rocking off so many shots here with its thick frontal armor. There we go, light infantry gun crew cleared out. We got armor piercing rounds here from the flak failing, but it's no help against the Churchill tank. And mostly just annoys the crew, not the crew, but the crew of the Churchill there. Good God, I say, those Germans, yes, they do seem to be trying to annoy us. Oh, how cute. Anyway, so what will Lattouf's response to this be, though? Because so far the Churchill has taken next to no damage.
The battle is going our way.
You got 294 to 292, more saps on the way here for Prabuty. He's not too far away from another Churchill tank, so Lattouf definitely needs to pick up the pace somehow here before Prabuty picks him up and throws him halfway across the map. In the south here, big panzer push here. Breda's MD-34s there, Prabuty's section there, though absolutely undergun in comparison, is rapidly forced off the field. Prabuty getting ever closer to another Churchill tank here. First one is already Veterans 1 here. Stuart is at Veteran 2. Very good there, of course, for Prabuty as well. Further up northwest, we've got the Panzer moving forward here, relying on the mobility, basically staying clear of the Churchill tank and just hitting where it can, like for maximum impact. Very smart play there for Lattouf. Certainly one of those maps. To the degree you can actually get away with it, in particular if your opponent is focusing hard south. So with that, he's just basically using them as outriders, catching like any isolated units on the flanks far right from the, say, Churchill tank, and that way delivering maximum damage fast. So that's actually, I think, fairly smart here by Lattouf and a good counterplay. That said, we got a second Churchill tank out here, another lumbering land ship of British steel here assembled, ready to take on the Germans. Adding only more to the challenge here for Lattouf. Still no sign of how he actually intend to deal with all these Churchill tanks. Because while he can sort of drive around one, once you get a second Churchill tank on the field, it does get a bit tougher here, I think, for Lattouf to avoid an engagement with them. Because Lattouf's going to basically, at this point, dictating where the engagements happen so he can get his way. Heading north with the Churchill tanks here. Stuart, though, speeding the way here, caught here with the Panzer Freeze, forced back by the Panzer come back, now the Churchill tanks moving up here. Shots fired, he almost took out the Stuart light tank. The Lattouf needs to be careful against the Churchill tank. There you go, got the Stuart though, great kill here. It does slow a bit here, shall say, Prabuty's field mobility there, in the sense you can't quite as easily keep a track of where Lattouf's tanks are, or disrupt things. That did somewhat slow down Prabuty a bit here, which could prove to be crucial here for Lattouf. And he is going for the Flak 36 of the Fliegerabwehrkanone 36. Realizing he's going to need like something a bit bigger here to really, reliably pierce the iron hide here of the Churchill tanks. Panzergrenadier pushing 40. Sweeping aside here, Prabuty's southern forces. Lattouf keeps up the offensive as the British. Up northwest here, Crusader moving up here. Backed up with counter saps and 6-pounder guns. Going for the west here. They got the Panzer Pion under fire. Crusader closing in rapidly and drastically. Churchill tanks moving up here. Panzer Pioneer getting absolutely pulverized out in the open here. Good wipe here for Prabuty. Better blow there to Lattouf. But by now, of course, the pièce de la résistance has arrived, the Flak 36. Or as the British called it, the AK.
The beggars are threatening a fuel point.
So, another section there for Prabuty, realizing he does need more infantry now here. So looks like he's setting up here, hoping to bait Lattouf into of Prabuty into tanks as Flak 36 there. Perhaps not. Repositioning a bit here.
250 points. They are stubborn.
Flak feeling southwards. Does technically mean, I mean, Lattouf does theoretically have like a lot of anti-aircraft firepower with the Flak 36 and the Flak feeling, but there you go. Churchill tanks in, we can hold at the front of the Flak 36, there you go. Massive gun opening up there, great shot. The Churchill tank Panther Fleet's moving up here as well. Punch rushing forward, do we have grenades here? If we do not, and there we go. We got a straight run as well here from Lattouf on the Churchill tanks. Shots piercing through the top armor there, almost taking out one of the Churchill tanks. If he only had grenades here, he might be able to deliver a finishing blow here. Panther Fleets are not joining in there either, probably due to concern about the anti-tanks. There go to group one of the anti-tank and sees it here. We even got anti-tank robbed some of the chaps here. Anti-tank that cleared up the Churchill tanks here. Lattouf moving forward with the Panther Fleets. Crusader could be in trouble, so could the Churchill tanks. If they can just score one penetrating hits on the Churchills. It's going to be close here for Lattouf. Can he get it? No! Both shots bounce. Prabuty's Churchills stand not quite triumphant, but they certainly stand unbowed in the face of the German Panzerwaffe. So close to here, but the Flak 36 definitely was crucial in forcing the Churchill tanks to consider being elsewhere. Panther Fleets, of course, wanting repairs, moving up the Flak 36 a bit further, closer to the front line there. Moving up southwards here. Flak field holding back. And we got artillery fire here, called in on the machine here by the southern victory point. We got 262 vs 200. Artillery fire raining down there, 25-pounder gun, Flak field moving up here, looking to support the Turban. And Prabuty, of course, as all this happening, is already going for the northern victory point where there's sappers. More punchers here for Lattouf, realizing he also needs more troops here to match the British on the field of battle. As for Prabuty, what will be next? Attack for foot guards, maybe? We got a Ford repair assembly. We haven't actually seen those a lot, much at all. Thumbs up to Prabuty. That should help him repair his Churchills there. Panzer Kampfwagen coming up. Crusader tank does go down finally here. Might even see the Dingo there get the final push there into the great beyond. As the 6-pounder guns get cleared out as well here. Good push below 2 here. Really great use of the Panther Fleet, but one goes down here. Wasn't expecting the Churchill tank to be there. And they absolutely obliterate one of Lattouf's unfortunate Panther Fleet crews there. In fact, that was his most veteran crew. Flak 36 at the ready here though. So at least if the Churchill tanks try to pursue here, they're going to regret it dearly. Alongside Prabuty. North here, troops being forced, lots of Panzer Grenadier here advancing, though some could definitely do some reinforcement or healing. Of course, the Orbital Blitz here can also reinforce troops, as a fun fact. I'll wait, reposition the Flak 36 once more a bit. But typically, Panzer divisions would have a certain amount of Flak 36 attached to them. Panzer divisions might also have some, but infantry divisions did not have access to Flak 36s. They'd have to rely on just smaller flak guns or Luftwaffe support, as the vast majority of flak guns are actually in control of the Luftwaffe, which not just control the air force, but also the vast majority of anti-aircraft guns. Fun fact there, by the way. Fun fact. 6-pounder gun there for Prabuty. Church tanks there still need repairs. They're heavily damaged. Things are not looking great. Meanwhile, up north here, Lattouf rapidly advances here for the Fatherland. Could try and whip the Flak 36 around here. That could provide him, I think, with a bit better coverage here. We'll have to see what he does. And for that matter, what will be next? More Panther Fleets, or will he go for armored reserves now? I mean, he does have a lot of fuel here, so maybe at this point, trying to take for bigger tanks as Prabuty could prove to be a very wise idea. Meanwhile, Prabuty, of course, with replacement 6-pounder guns. Pushing ahead here for the southern victory point. We got 248 versus 176. Lattouf now has a good lead over Prabuty here. And Prabuty definitely is now the one who has to catch up here. And there we go. Recon Loiter here, taking forever from the Flak feeling. And there you go, telecall the machine gun gewehr. Flak 36 also repositioning. Obviously doesn't want to get caught in British artillery. Makes sense. West side here, Lattouf's men are making good progress. No response from Prabuty yet, though we do get one Churchill tank being slowly sent northwards here. Meanwhile, the rest of his force actually based in the south. Theoretically, Lattouf could exploit this by sending a lot of his forces northwards then to defend against that. South side here, continued light engagement there between Prabuty and Lattouf, but now in the north, Prabuty's laying hard into Lattouf here. He wants the victory point back and the fuel points back. Rapidly pushing in there. South, we got triple anti-tank as well. That's a definite anti-tank gun wall here. That's going to make it difficult for Lattouf to utilize his panzers. In that vicinity, is Flak 36 heading up. Over to Prabuty.
Forces have captured the victory point.
So we've got 127 versus 248 here. The clock is ticking. Panther Fleet's moving forwards here. Looks like he's going to try another head-on assault into the anti-tank guns. Definitely not advanced in there. Go lining up all the guns there. Full volley there. Panther 3 almost gets knocked out there. Barely operable here. Great shots there from Prabuty. Hell of a headache there for Lattouf. Sending seas for the British. Northwest falling back under British control here. As the Churchill tanks are getting moved on again towards the Fort Repair Assembly. Well, doing its job there. Panzer Grenadier being caught in there, but the Churchill tanks about 6-pounder guns again on the move here. At this point, another thing to consider for Lattouf would probably just be a Stuckhouse first to try and clear out all these 6-pounder guns. We'll of course have to see what he does. Like, he's got plenty of options, of course, so does Prabuty. The Prabuty so far does not seem to be exercising his options quite as much. We're not seeing any further tech, for example. Though interesting enough, he's not really utilizing any more Churchill tanks either. He could arguably just go for more of those too, but he isn't. So there's definitely some questions there as to what exactly Prabuty's plan is at this point. How does he exactly intend to deal with this? Got the Churchill then getting the Panzer Grenadier further up north here, pumping seas for the sections and the sappers. Panzer Kampfwagen turning out here. Flak 36 in reserve position up north here. Those saps moving in. Minesweepers out here, spotting Lattouf's mines here on the munitions point. Meanwhile, the Churchill tanks looks like with the 6-pounder guns moving towards the center now. Prabuty's getting more confident, or at least he's feeling the need to get more aggressive. Panzer Grenadiers have been caught with the 2 Churchill tanks here. The guns are causing quite a few large gaps in the squad, and we could see a wipe here, but no. Prabuty's or Lattouf's fortune smiles upon him. Meanwhile, he's going for another Panther Fleet, and there you go. Flak 36 opening up here. Could use his Veterans 1 ability against one of the Churchill tanks if he so desired. Of course, he doesn't have to, but he could. In the south, the Vickers push back with a Flak feeling up now. The southern victory point to Lattouf once more. We got the victory point to grab back. We got the Churchill tanks rumbling forwards here, and we got our 3rd Churchill tank out here for Prabuty. It's a full-on Churchill platoon here, a squadron. That's going to get quite difficult here for Lattouf to deal with, though again, as long as he believes in the Flak 36, he should be not entirely fudged.
We're losing a munitions point to enemy action.
Churchill's there falling back here, so Lattouf is definitely giving that Flak crew a bit of a workout, that's for sure.
Commander, we have artillery on standby.
Got the Flak feeling forwards here. Looking further in Lattouf's base. Got another Panzer Fleet ready there. Another Panzer Kampfwagen 3. Vickers moving forwards. Panzer Pioneer, though, takes a hell of a shot here from the Churchill tank. We got Vetchi 2 there on it. Flak 36, there we go. Artillery called in on the Flak 36. Lattouf, of course, quick to, well, get it going again there. Artillery fire the rain down. The truck is almost down. The Flak crew there. Oh dear. Step on it, Fitz. Step on it. I don't want to die here. I mean, I generally don't want to die, but especially not here. In the south, the Flak feeling pushing out the sappers. The massive steel here from Prabuty is moving. Got the Flak 36 firing at the aircraft. Churchill's lumbering forwards here. Aircraft knocked out. The Flak 36 clipped its wings, crashing into the hillside. There you go. Prabuty's going forwards into the Flak 36 here. 88mm gun there, slamming armor-piercing shell after armor-piercing shell into that thick height. Panther 3 goes down. The Flak 36 almost got one of the Churchill tanks here. Almost, but no, he gets away. I don't think he used the Veterans 1 ability there, did he? No, he didn't. Bit on the oversight, but oh well. 100 points left here for Prabuty. Lattouf at 220. He keeps up the momentum on the ground on the north side of the map here. Prabuty kind of changed. The Churchill tanks is less flexible now. Particularly because it does lack a bit more lead infantry. He doesn't have, say, foot guards. And there you go up north. Panzer Grenadier catch one of the sections. Further limiting Prabuty's mobility as the Churchill tank though catches the Panzer Grenadier in return here with its 75mm gun. A lot of damage here, but still got no grenade, it would appear, on Lattouf's Panzer Grenadier. Like at this point, he could just snare up the engine and make it easy to target the Flak 36. Flak 36 to good to go, though he may want to fix up that truck as, well, It does look like the British just need to sneeze at it and that thing blows up. There you go. Half the lightning's going off here, damaging the engine of the Churchill tank. And now we've got a strafing run on it. Lattouf's going in hard here for the fatherland. Strafing run there going in. Shots raining through the roof of the tank. Meanwhile, more traps being committed. Flag 36 back at the job. Vet 22 now. Churchill tank there. It looks like it's finally going to go down here. And there you go, Churchill tank is out. The Flak 36 scored its first tank kill. 74 was 218 here. Up north there, points east here, southern points east. Further south, section moving up to catch the machine gun crew there. Panda 3 opening up on the section. Getting the Flak 36 in the movie. I mean, Lattouf is absolutely leveraging this Flak 36 like it's no one else's business. We got the Panda 3, they're getting pummeled. Sections though getting eviscerated here. Brutally. No mercy from Lattouf. Up north here, Panzer is being spotted by a prey way too big for the rifles. Savon does it do what? This? Yeah, I'm out of here. They can find someone else to do this job. But give us a Panzerschlag. Backhatch reinforcing healing. Oberblitz still in heavy repairs, and I think Lattouf realizes this, it's about repairing it. Nemo machine gun defending southern points backed up with the Flak feeling here. Sappers are getting met with extreme prejudice here. Almost got the Flak feeling here. Crusader tank being rushed in there. Prabuty's definitely starting to feel a bit desperate here. He's feeling the pressure, the need to perform beyond his limits here versus Lattouf and the 15th Panzergrenadier Division. 6 Panzer guns moving up here. Flak 36 getting back into position. Sort of. Crusader got me in trouble. 6 rounding forward there. We go. Good shot on the Crusader. Just rocking the entire tank as they feel like they just got hit by a bus. Aircraft moving forwards here. Getting shot at by the Flak 36. Flak feeling flying away here. Moving the Flak gun again here. Churchill's. Crusaders on the move here. 211 versus 12. Artillery called in, and he's going for the Flak 36. The crew is down. Oh no, this is bad for Lattouf. This is terrible. His Flak 36, which is like one of his best tools here as a Prabuty, just got decrewed. 6 Panzer guns. Churchill's here going at it. Panzer being routed here. Artillery fire continues raining down the Flak 36, but he needs it back. He may want to just block the Oberblitz. It's a crew that's going to have to go for another Flak 36. There you go, the Flak 36 is gone. It's down 186 versus 12 here. Prabuty's pushing for the base with the biggest obstacle here now gone. He is going for it. He's going for the jugular before his opponent has a chance to call in another Flak 36. We got a straight run call in here on the British armor here. Catching the Churchill tanks. Mechanized company's gone. He's got the Panzermech commander left. He can't call in the Flak 36, and there you go. This is going to be a desperate last stand here for Lattouf. Desperate beyond all possibilities. The ambulance is in trouble here. Prabuty is advancing. Ambulance is down. Panzer pushing forward with a plethora of grenades here. If they had the munitions, I think. But it works enough just to convince Prabuty to push out of the base here, giving Lattouf perhaps just the necessary time for the Flak 36. Going for the base again. Panzernest there getting pummeled by the 75mm guns of the Churchill tanks. 6 Panzer guns going back. The northern point, he's got 132 here versus 129 versus 12 here. He's almost got the Flak 36 ready. He needs to get it into action. Schnell. There you go. Setting up there in the base. Panzer pushing northwards here. Turning around the Flak 36 here. British armor caught in a bad spot here. Good shot from the Flak 36. One Churchill tank there damaged further than they already are. Another great shot here. Panzer pushing forward to get up a grenade here. Got the half to lightning off. He needs the Flak 36. There we go. Churchill tank goes down. 96 versus 12. He needs to get moving, and he needs to get moving. Schnell, he might actually want to consider riding up into the tanks and just rushing for the other points here. I don't know. Something definitely needs to be done, and he needs to be, you know, absolutely out of this world. We got another Crusader anti-aircraft tank out here for Prabuty. We got 78 versus 12 here. Lattouf is speeding ahead here, but can he speed ahead enough? We got 72 versus 12, 69 versus 12. Panther flaming fortress at 6 Panzer guns in reserve here. Flak 36 being pushed southwards. Northwards, we got the infantry in here. Shoots at the Crusader. 6 Panzer guns firing away there. Flak 36 setting up here. Machine gun setting up here. There we go. Great shot there. Crusader anti-aircraft tank definitely gets hit with a bigger anti-aircraft gun. Another great shot there. Up north, Panzer pushing forward. Got 48 versus 12 here. Everything is hanging in the balance here for Lattouf versus Prabuty. Everything. There you go. Rushing north. It's flak feeling. Panzer Grenadiers. All in the move here. Game apparently glitching out a bit there. Oh well. In the south here, tanks being repaired. But he can't, I really think, afford to repair. Like, he's got down to like 12 there. We got 23 here. We got 12. Grab the point here. He's going for all the points there. We got 22 versus 12. Flag 36. We got artillery call in here. Crusader being rushed northwards here. Panzer moving in. They could use the armor-piercing rounds if he had the munitions for it. But he doesn't. There you go. Got the points here. We got 22 versus 11. He's using smoke here. He deployed smoke from the flak feeling here. GG. From 2 nearly 5 points left. 2, and there you go. GG. Game over. Good God, that was close. Jesus, like the flak 36 was definitely crucial. I think Lattouf might have benefited more from using that engine shot there. Or maybe like again just at one point like taking up for something a bit bigger there with the armored reserves here, but really just great back and forth here. Churchill tanks were definitely quite a challenge. Prabuty, I feel like, could also benefit from taking himself some foot guards. I think that was what I give him a much better chance at times versus Lattouf. Even just going for the bishop. But oh, a great match and a really close finish. So, hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Tell a friend, tell a family, but not your enemies. This is Imperial Links. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for an awesome episode. Bye, everyone.